Publishing a release allows you to sync your project and its components from Altium to Duro. You want to do this after generating a release using Altium's project releaser. Now we can go to the Project tab, Project Activities, and Publish to Duro. Ensure that the correct project is selected and click Start, and select the release that you wish to publish and click Submit. Now the Duro integration will begin processing the release. You can monitor the status of this process from the Task List panel, available by clicking Panels, Task List. Now we'll need to refresh both the top and the bottom sections to show the current tasks. And we can see down here in the bottom that our published task has shown up and is still processing. Now once this process finishes, it will be shown under the Show Closed section. And it looks like the process has completed, and we can see the state now of closed. And we can close the task list. Before we switch to Duro, let's check the revision of the PCBA, PCB, and eBOM in Altium, since I am currently using the Altium-based revision, so the revision is copied from Altium into Duro. Now inspect the project parameters, and now we can see these parameters here of project rev, which corresponds to the PCBA revision in Duro, that's B. The SCH rev, which corresponds to the schematic revision in Duro, it's also B. And the PCB revision, which corresponds to the printed circuit board revision in Duro. And we'll also check to see where the CPNs that are generated by Duro show up in Altium. So if you double click on a component, we need to click the refresh. Now that we've refreshed, if we click Show More under Parameters, we'll see that this part now has a property of PLM part number. This corresponds to the CPN that is generated by Duro. Let's pull up the PCBA in Duro and verify the revision values that we just checked. And we can see that this is the printed circuit board assembly and that the revision was correctly set to B. So now we'll open the eBOM to look into this further. And we can see now under the Assembly tab that all of the components from the schematic have been added into the eBOM. We can see the revision of these components, as well as the state, and the reference designators that were used in the schematic. Now we'll switch back to the PCBA, and we'll click over to the Documents tab. You can see that there's a PDF drawing of the schematic, as well as a step file of the board assembly that have been added. The printed circuit board has a set of assembly drawings, the Gerber files, the NC files, and the ODB files, and a fabrication print. This would be all the files that would be required in order to produce this board. They are conveniently uploaded into Duro on the PCB object when the release is published. Now your project has been synced from Altium into Duro, and you can share the design in Duro with any of your teammates and track revisions and statuses.